What you focus on expands. I learned this about 8 years ago when I took a course in Fort Collins, Colorado, uh, called Ninja Selling. It was a real estate course when I first started my career, and I think that when I had that realization, it drastically changed my life. Okay, so like Larry Kendall would say. Um, The good news, or let's start with the bad news, doesn't really matter. The bad news is that if we keep focusing on all the bad things in our lives, then those things continue to expand. That's what we start to notice. But when we focus on all the good things in our lives, that's the good news. When we focus on all the good things in our lives, then the good things start to expand and more good things seem to appear in our lives. So it's more of a mindset philosophy. What you focus on expands. Um, right. So how are you doing with that? Right. When you reflect on that philosophy, what are you focused on today? I think many of us are highly focused on the COVID-19 virus, which I think we have to take very seriously. At the same time, what part of the COVID-19 epidemia are we focused on? Are we focused on helping others? Are we helping? Are we taking the steps necessary to be safe? Are we panicking? Are we coming from a place of fear? Are we coming from a place of love? Because, in my opinion, you know, if I'm panicking, then I certainly think I'm coming from a place of fear. And so, what would my actions be? I certainly think that if I was panicking, then maybe I would have gone to the supermarket and taken more than my fair share, right? Maybe if I was panicking, I would be posting negative messages on social media. Maybe you know I've seen instances of racism already, where people are blaming Chinese people for this epidemia and pointing fingers. Is that really necessary? Rather than, if we're coming from a place of love, we need to stand together. We need to help each other out and be there for one another. Yes, uh, taking precautions such as buying supplies and food, is necessary, but with caution and care for the others that are around as well. And of course, self isolating. If you have any symptoms, self isolating is necessary. Those things are important. So, I don't have a lot of time to make videos because I actually, have to do some work. But I wanted to make this video and send this message out and just leave three things with you. One, um, what you focus on expands. Are you focused on the negative things, or are you focused on the positive things? Two, love versus fear. Everything else falls under the two categories. As you know, I've recently listened to John Cheplack talk about love versus fear and how everything else falls under each category. And I believe that to be true. So are our actions coming from a place of fear, or are they coming from a place of love? Just something to contemplate and something to think about as we move forward through these very sensitive and interesting times with the COVID-19 virus. Okay, so have a wonderful day and best wishes. And if anybody needs any help or anything like that, please feel free to reach out. I'm always happy to help where I can. Okay, Take care. Bye bye.